A discovery that might change everything we know about AI. A trillion-dollar market crash and a Chinese AI revolution. This is DeepSeek, the AI model that came out of nowhere and shocked the world. Built in just 55 days for a fraction of cost of its competitors, it's going head-to-head with OpenAI, Google and Meta. But while the world is celebrating this as a technological leap, something much bigger is happening behind the scenes. Because what's buried inside DeepSeek might be way more concerning than we thought. So let's start with why DeepSeek R1 is shaking up the AI world. So it's a 670 billion parameter model, which is massive. Think of it like having 670 billion neurons, each making decisions at a lightning speed. But here's what really makes it smart. It does not activate all those neurons at once. Instead, it uses MOE, which means it only calls the specialists when needed. The result? More efficiency, lower cost, and more performance that matches ChatGPT 4o. And then there's the price. While OpenAI is charging $200 a month for ChatGPT 4o, DeepSeek's API is 97% cheaper. So that's like getting a Ferrari at the price of a Honda. And remember, OpenAI and Google spends hundreds of millions of dollars training their AI, but DeepSeek just used $6 million. But here's the part that got Silicon Valley shaking. DeepSeek didn't use Nvidia's best AI chips. Like OpenAI used H100s, the most powerful GPUs out there. But DeepSeek was forced to use the weaker, restricted H800s due to the US export bans, and still matched GPT-4o's performance. So naturally, tech stocks panicked, Nvidia share dipped, Broadcom and ARM stocks plunged, and the AI hardware industry lost over $1 trillion in market value. So this isn't just about an AI model, it's about power. Because DeepSeek just proved that you don't need the most expensive chips or massive budgets to build world-class AI, and that changes everything. But here's where things get more concerning. When we tested DeepSeek, we noticed something strange. Ask it about global history, political leaders, or tech advancements. You'll get detailed, well-structured answers. But ask it about Chinese topics, and the AI literally erases its own response. Seriously. And then we asked it about the Hong Kong protests or even the Northeast India, and we got answers like this. So it's not just censorship, it's self-censorship at model level. It's like talking to someone who's constantly over their shoulder, afraid of saying the wrong thing. And that raises a huge question. Who's really in control of this AI? And here's where it gets even worse. Where is your data being stored? Who has access to it? What's happening behind the scenes? So unlike OpenAI, which operates under the US and European regulations, DeepSeek servers are in China, which means potential government oversight. And the privacy policies are also less transparent than their Western competitors. And DeepSeek states that user data may be shared with advertising partners. But unlike OpenAI and Anthropic, there is no clear disclosures as how long your data is stored. And considering China's strict data control policies, there is no guarantee of user privacy. So if you are using DeepSeek, your data might not just be fueling the AI, it might even be monitored, stored, or even used in ways you never agreed to. Still think it's just another AI? Think again. So let's zoom out. This isn't just about DeepSeek. It's about who controls the future of AI. And right now, AI is more than technology. It's a weapon in global information war. The US is scrambling to maintain its dominance, while China is proving that it can innovate despite restrictions. And governments around the world are realizing they need their own AI models before it's too late.
The release of DeepSeek AI from a Chinese company should be a wake-up call for our industries that we need to be laser-focused on competing to win.
And even Mark Andreessen, one of the biggest investors in the Silicon Valley, termed it as America's Sputnik moment. And it's a wake-up call that if the US does not step up, it could lose the AI race forever. Because cheaper AI isn't always better, especially if it comes at the cost of truth, transparency, and security. So, should we Indians also be worried? And how should India be prepared for the AI war? So, being open source, DeepSeek gives Indian startups and researchers access to cutting-edge AI without massive investment. And this could lower the barriers of AI development, boost innovation in the overall tech space, and also help small startups compete globally. But there's a catch. Relying on these external models will limit India's control over its own tech future. And remember, with DeepSeek based in China, who controls the data? And despite having a pool of top talent, India struggles with funding, infrastructure, and AI policies. But at the Utkarsh Odisha Conclave, Ashwini Vaishnav said that India will be developing its own model, which will be powered by India AI Compute Facility, which has secured 18,693 GPUs to develop a large language model designed specifically for India in the next 4 months. So before you start using DeepSeek, ask yourself, where's my data going? Can I even trust these answers? And is this AI showing me the full picture? And what's the real cost of using free AI? So if we are not careful, we might wake up in a world where AI doesn't just answer questions, it decides which ones we are allowed to ask. So if you have used DeepSeek, did you notice anything off about its responses? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. And if you also want to stay updated on the future of AI, make sure to subscribe because trust me, this is just the beginning. See you in the next one.